Yeah. Stats.
Hey!
The day I had my put changed it on, I think should be good.
Soccer doesn't have to wear mouth guards anymore. That one surprises me. Good afternoon and welcome to Nokomis Regional High Field Hockey Competition this afternoon. The Warriors play host to the Lawrence Bulldogs in a kind of early season great matchup, maybe a preview to a potential postseason matchup. Both teams come in with a 4-1 record. Warriors just a step ahead in the heel point standings, coming in at 7th with the Bulldogs at 8. I think these are two programs that have experienced a lot of success in the most recent years. A couple of years ago, Lawrence captured a state title. Give credit to Coach Shauna Robinson. For a few years, kind of Lawrence had a stretch where they struggled on the field hockey side. And Coach Robinson really built some great momentum, and 2 seasons ago had a really strong senior class. Just built a great culture. Came in with that state title. Has built a great culture. Really athletic group, and of course our Warriors are really strong core seniors as they start playing the middle. King picks it up. King trying to work through the middle of the field. Ball's poked away from her, but she stays with the play. Trying to maneuver right at the 25. Lawrence defender number 1, Maya Dixon, takes it away and earns the hit for her team. Centers the pass. Big hit through the middle of the field. Comes right back to Seahusen. Seahusen pushes it over to Hawthorne. Hawthorne trying to get the nice quick touch over to Nice. Stays with the play. Nokomis foul, so the Bulldogs will get the free hit. It's been homecoming week here at Nokomis. We've had a fun week of a lot of contests and pep rallies and themed dress-up days as we come to a conclusion this weekend. Got a busy Friday and Saturday ahead of us. Ella Toulouse, freshman for the Warriors, a really promising young player. Has had a great start to her high school career. Delaney Ranlett battling for it, comes away with the ball. She's got Riley Norris ahead. Ranlett doing a great job with a low stick, earns the foul, keep the hit. Tries to center the ball to a cutting Hawthorne. Nice cut by Hawthorne onto the ball, just kind of squirts off the toe, but there's Ranlett again to keep possession. Donahue, the strong senior, has had just a great career, really strong in the defensive end, trying to center it to Seahusen, but a nice intercept by the defense. Big hit through the middle of the field. Donahue picks it off. Sends it back through the middle of the field. King cuts back for it. And a team's kind of a little bit of back and forth action, feeling each other out early. King rips it through the middle of the field. It's deflected. And that's actually Reese Moulton with a nice little spin move, trying to evade the defender, and she's going to earn the first corner for the Warriors. Season will put the ball into play for the Warriors. I know a big weapon right at the top of that circle is senior number 35, Addie Hawthorne. She can crush the ball. See what the Warriors try. Goes out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne with the stop. Winds up. It's deflected by a defender. King's there to keep the pressure on. King takes it to the right. Winds up. Rips it just wide of the goal. Season was there, but too hot to handle to get a tip. So a nice early offer by the Warriors. Nearing the 11-minute mark in this first quarter. Warriors, I'd say, give them a slight advantage on possession. Nice work by Annie Nice to keep the ball in the Warrior end of the field. Ball's blocked out of bounds by the goalkeeper for the Bulldogs, so Warriors will keep possession. Mackenzie Watson pushes it in the middle. It's off a leg. It'll be a second corner for the Warriors. Nice job by Mackenzie Watson with that firm push into the circle. Just a little too tough for the defender to handle. It ricocheted off her stick and on her leg, and officials spied it and give the Warriors the corner. If you haven't watched or watched this play, it goes to Watson. Watson with a little stop, trying to give it back to Seahusen. Seahusen chips it at the goal. Save. Addison Hawthorne with a nice stop, pushes it back in. Nice clear out by the defender. Turner gives pressure in the middle of the field. Toulouse picks it up. Toulouse showing some really strong stick skills for a freshman in the middle of the field against a really good team. Does a nice job retaining possession and earning the foul for her teammates. Nice job by Hawthorne to stay with the play. Hawthorne brings it up the right, winds up, chips it into the edge of the circle. Bulldogs able to push it over the sideline. I think that deflected off a Nokomis player along the way, so it'll stay with Lawrence. Lawrence trying to get out of that left corner, their defensive end. Of course, in field hockey, you definitely have an advantage on the right side of the field. That's the side of your stick face, which you call your strong side. So particularly in high school on a grass field, it can be difficult defensively to kind of get unpinned from that corner. Lawrence hits high. Actually dangerous. There's no such thing as a high ball. It's either dangerous or not dangerous. Back pass to Seahusen. Seahusen over to Donahue. Squirts away from her, but she gives chase. Little pull back. She's got Watson with her. Winds up and kind of muscles it through the middle to Hawthorne, but Lawrence read that perfectly. Watson with a nice cut onto the ball, picks it off through the middle of the field. Donahue comes up to take the self-start. Nice little push pass through the middle of the field. Beautiful tip by King over to Moulton. And Moulton's foul, so it'll be the Warriors' third penalty corner. That was a beautiful pass through the middle to Donahue, to King with the one touch over to Moulton. Siusen will do the honors again to start the corner. So if you haven't seen a field hockey game, you might notice the defenders, a new rule change in Maine field hockey. Gone are the goggles, but a requirement is on the penalty corners that teams do need to wear a face shield, the defenders. It's a great move. It's probably the point of most danger for a player. Hawthorne sets it and drills it in! Almost a little hesitation move by Addie Hawthorne on the corner, and it pays off as she drills that ball into the left corner for the first goal of the game. Gives Siusen the assist on the insert on the corner play. I think in any sport that's a low-scoring sport, whether it's field hockey, ice hockey, soccer, getting that first goal can be a biggie. But you also know statistically the probability for the next goal being scored is really quickly in those next 3 to 4 minutes after a goal is scored. And it could be by either team, whether it's the scoring team celebrating a little too long or the defending team maybe hanging their head a little bit. And so there's a moment of opportunity to be seized here. Let's see how the Warriors handle it. Donahue surveys the field. She's going to try push lift, kind of squirts off her stick, but Mackenzie Watson just doing a great job in the field, really reading the play and staying with it. She's had a couple of nice pickups in the middle of the field. Donahue tries to bounce it through the middle, just a crowd of blue jerseys. Randlet pressure. Nice job by number 21, Natalie Pelletier, to keep the pressure on the play, and earns a foul for her Bulldog team. Maddie Niles trying to work the play. You don't think Lawrence has been inside the Nokomis 25 yet. Siusen with a hit over the 50 to try to break the pressure. Nice cut back by King, picks it up in the middle of the field. It's kind of booted by both teams. I think good call by the official. King kicked it, and then the Lawrence player kicked it back right to her. Niles trying to push it up the left. She's being pressured by Toulouse. Foul. Toulouse fives again. And got to stay 5 yards on those quick self-starts, or at least be trying to get away. Ball's right into the edge of the circle. Hawthorne trying to sweep it out. Lawrence able to keep it up. There's Randlet. Randlet trying to force it out wide to get it out of harm's way. Teo keeping the pressure right on. Donnie with a nice cross-field ball to an open ice. Just a little too strong for her. Gagnon able to pick it up, but Nokomis keeps the pressure on. Nice backtracks for the ball. She's by one defender. Work it up the right side of the field. Toulouse with a nice takeaway. Toulouse trying to connect with Hawthorne. Again, there's Watson. Watson all over the place early in this game. Addison Battis doing a nice job for Lawrence, pressuring in the middle of the field. Niles with the quick self-start, pushes it ahead. A player up on the left side of the field, trying to keep it right on the end line. I think the official deems it was put right into a player, so foul coming out. I think that's something that Nokomis defense wants to take note of. Lawrence had a player kind of sneak up behind the defenders, kind of camped right on the end line. Good hit by Lawrence, but nobody can connect with it, so it's over the end line for a 16-yard hit. Fortuitous ground bounce goes by the first defender. Ranlett trying to work the sideline, just sneaks away from her. Ranlett's fouled. She'll restart play. Drills it through the middle of the school. Nice, can't connect, but it's going to go all the way over to the right side. Turner hustling to try to pressure the play. Nice, picks it up. Nice, trying to cut to the middle. Taken away by number 13, Battis. This Watson really having a strong game. Watson sends it through the middle. King really trying to use her reach. Keep possession. Warriors will take a hit coming into the circle. Of course, coming in, it's got to go at least 5 yards. Back pass. Normally, when you know, Nokomis is a team that gets a lot of opportunities playing on turf, and that back pass is a really good move on turf. It is a good move on grass, but sometimes can be tricky. The field's a little bouncy, and of course, with all the dry conditions we've been having, feels a little bit bumpy. So it's something the Warriors got to be careful with those longer back passes. That doesn't turn into a breakaway disaster. Hawthorne drills in a nice piece by, that was a great tip by King. Went right to Moulton. Moulton knew she was going to have a golden opportunity to put a shot on and just didn't connect with the stick, hit her foot, so it's heads the other direction. Boy, Toulouse, a really promising young player, just for a freshman and only her sixth high school game. You wouldn't know it by the way she plays. Drummond not sure if that ball was going to make it over the end line, so clears it out. I think you could see the hesitation, and that's one of those you can't be indecisive if you're the goalkeeper. If you're going to go for it, go for it. I think I know in my days at coaching day, it's like, you know, when in doubt, just get it out. Like, it's better just get it out if you're unsure. Nice kind of pocket pick by Ranlett. Battis almost returns the favor. Nice little flip ahead to Moulton. Moulton spins around, tries to push it over. She knows she's got King in the middle of the field, can't connect. Lawrence trying to push out. Nice clearing hit by the Bulldog defense. It goes all the way in front of the Nokomis fan section, but that's a great pressure reliever by the Bulldog defense. And with that play, the horn sounds at the end of one. It's Nokomis 1, Lawrence 0. Goal courtesy of an Addie Hawthorne bomb off the third corner play for the Warriors. Give CU's in the assist. We'll break for a moment. Come back for second quarter action.
Like, sorry, like, that's a part of life. You're gonna
One thing you gotta like about field hockey, people will complain about the whistles, but it's running time, people. It goes quick, so a quick 15 in the books, but Nokomis strikes early, and I'd say give possession time, not that I'm tracking it, but the unofficial, I would say definitely give it to the Warriors. Hawthorne starts with a big hit. It's picked off. Hawthorne kind of stays and plays defense and able to take it away. Nice low stick tackle by Dixon of the Bulldogs prevails, moves the ball to her left. Lawrence hasn't had a lot of time in their attacking end of the field. I think right towards the end of the quarter, they were able to break in. Nearly had kind of a player camped right on the baseline, a near connection there.
Hey, we gotta get here for an option. Good work. Here, watch 3. Okay, your ball, bring it up.
Kind of Nokomis, not just Nokomis, both teams kind of struggling a little bit with some high drives, and you know, if you're watching, watch for like the ball position when they contact the ball. Like a lot of times I'm seeing the ball is kind of on that back foot. You know, players should really be reaching and stretching, and it should be off the front foot. So what happens, it's almost like pounding the ball into the ground, it's popping up. Probably a golf coach could speak to ball position and where you strike the ball. Nice ball to King. King quickly over to Moulton. Randlett and Watson seeing a lot of action in the middle of the field. Donahue. It's a foul before she had a chance to play it. Hits off her foot. Ooh. Of course, speaking of our golf coach, our golf team off to a red hot start. And golf, of course, starts. There we go. And you can almost see with there, Donahue pushed it ahead a little bit, and so she ended up trying again, and the ball was ahead and had a clean drive. King with some speed on the move down the field to her middle. She's got Turner. She's got Moulton with her. Dumps it over to Nice. Nice pushes through. Slides it into the goal just wide. What a beautiful opportunity. Nice setup by King, and Nice doing a nice work. Nice with the nice work. Yes, pun intended. Splits the defenders and had a beautiful opportunity just wide of the goal. Hawthorne pushes it ahead. King trying to stretch for it. Junior Reagan King, so athletic. Boy, she is just such a weapon on any team she's going to be on. Part of that state championship softball team last spring. I know she's going to be a big piece of our girls basketball team this winter. Like, honestly, both, you know, obviously fans remember her older sister Cameron King. I think the King girls, if I were picking a team, any team, I would pick them to be on my team. I don't care if we're playing four squares, cornhole, basketball, like, I'd pick them. Turner working up the right side of the field, doing a nice job moving and protecting the ball. She gets the call as she's fouled. Nice cut by Addie Hawthorne. Beautiful pass and connect. It's through the middle. Nobody's there. Ball's chipped right into King. I think it's one of those 50-50 calls. Could go either way with the ball chopped right up into King. Is it advancing, or did the defender put it into her? I think a lot of times you can flip a coin. Toulouse with a pretty move. Splits a couple of defenders. Pushes it over to King. King with the one touch. Hawthorne pressuring in the middle of the field. Donnie with a nice pass over to Nice. Nice moving up the left side, doing a nice job cutting around the defender, but great job. Nice little back and forth play. Nice stays with it. She's got some room on the left. Lawrence defenders making some nice deep plays. King gets a piece of it. Watson cleans it up. Watson cuts through the middle. She's over the 25. Got some room, sends it into the middle circle. King trying to control, can't. Moulton winds up. Chops it at the goal. Can't get enough angle on it to send it back into a good scoring position. You can hear Coach Saucier yelling back towards the stroke mark. Boy, when you can drop that pass back, it's much like, you see ice hockey players do a drop pass, really usually sets up a teammate in a really great scoring opportunity. Watson just really mucking it up in the middle of the field, and she's winning most balls she's touching. Nice little off balance. Hawthorne will say, let me take that for you. Evades one defender, gets some room, bounces it in, kind of wide of the goal. And that's where, you'd like to see that player. I think Hawthorne, she's had 2 or 3 players around her all game, but in that moment, she had a little room to settle, make sure you can kind of get your hips around and put that ball right into the middle of the goal area. Moulton will get a break as Desjardins comes in for her. About midway through the second quarter. No scoring in this quarter. Warriors with the lone goal of the game for a 1-0 lead. Drummond comes out to play it. Clears it out of the circle. Toulouse picks it up. She's got some room to maneuver. She's got Nice and King with her. Nice able to pick it up. Nice trying to tip it ahead to King. Probably need a little bit more on that ball as Battis able to intercept. Turner with a nice idea on the drop pass. Watson gets it. Nice change of fields by the Warriors. Ranlett working it up the left side. She's got Desjardins with her. Ranlett staying with the play. She's kind of sandwiched between a couple of blue jerseys, but able to pick up the foul for her team. Sees a wide open Donahue. Can't connect. Donahue with the big swing. Realizes the defender overran her, and that was like a great read of where the defense is by Donahue. I think you don't see an old school obstruction call too long. Back in the old day, that was a pretty tightly call, but you got to stay moving if your back's going to be to the defender. I think they'll give you a little latitude, but if it's 2 or 3 kind of shuffles back and forth, you're going to get called. CU's in, chips one through the middle of the field, and again, players, just watch your eye. Next time someone hits it, watch where they're contacting the ball. Is it off the front foot or the back foot? Battis sends it out wide. Ball's pushed ahead. Lawrence trying to do some nice team passing to create some space. Ranlett loses their footing and the ball as Battis takes it, pushes it up through the middle of the field, able to dodge one defender, and she's fouled, so she'll pull it back. Warrior defense packs it in. There are a couple of Lawrence players, one way behind the defense. I think they've got to be aware where that player is. Comes in close. Drummond makes a play on it. Nice job by senior goalkeeper Elia Drummond to just say, let's get this out of harm's way. Susan picks it up, and there you go. Nice little stretch off the front foot. Nice hard pass to Hawthorne. Hawthorne chips it over to Turner. Day with a big ball through the middle of the field. Donnie tries to just pick it out of the air off a reverse stick. Can't get it, but what a play by Maya Siusen, just clearing that out. That should have been some kind of haul. The defender just kicked it. I don't know why there wasn't an initial call on that. But I guess we'll just kind of let that go. Jardin with a nice pickup, trying to push it through the middle to King. Can't connect, but there's Watson again. Watson going to look to change field, pushes it through the middle. Nice. Turns and wheels by one defender. Boy, Watson having a heck of a game. There goes the clipboard. Susan doing a nice job saving it because she sat lone line of defense, and Donahue says enough of this. It bashes one through the middle. Hawthorne spins through a couple of defenders, and she's just got a blue ring around her. Nice quick pass out to Turner. Gets away from her over the sideline. Nice little shovel pass over to Ranlett. Boy, Hawthorne knows how to play with defenders around her, and that's not an easy thing to do. I think Nokomis a little unsure. Was that ball? I think we sending it back to set the free hit, or is this a drop pass and live play? A little bit of confusion there. I think Nokomis in a tight game 1-0 is going to be a little more thoughtful with how they're using those free hits coming into the circle. Kind of a little bit hurried play there with no need of it. Plenty of time in the quarter to get something going. Wow, look at Toulouse just moving up that sideline. Watson's had a great game. It kind of boots the ball. Goes all the way over the 50, bounces away from Susan, but she's got time. No need to panic. Nice job by the steady senior. You know, and I got to give a shout out to Susan. Most of Susan's career is spent on a forward line, and she's definitely a great, solid forward, but where the Warriors really needed some shoring up was in that deep defense. And sometimes people, I think almost like when you get on rec league teams or younger teams, you think that further back a defender is like, oh, that's like not the prime player, but that's one of the positions she's playing is one of the most important positions on a field hockey team. They are really like your quarterback and your general. They can see the whole field. And I just really applaud Susan for kind of owning that role. 2:20 to go in the first half action. Lawrence trying to find the equalizer here, maybe grabbing some momentum as we go into the halftime break. Ball's brought inside the 25. Moulton reaching back for it, can't get it. Jarden giving pressure as a foul, so Lawrence will self-start again. I mean, that's where Nokomis has got to be careful. I don't think they were 5 yards. You just got to make an effort to get back. Sometimes they start the play quicker than you can move back, but you at least have to make the attempt to move back. You can't just stand there and then when they start the play, jump in on it. And when it's inside the 25, that call is upgraded to a corner, so kind of a costly mental mistake by the Warriors with 1.5 minutes to go. Lawrence will get their first penalty corner of the game. They'll start it from the right side. Looks like Day will put it into play.
Come on, take.
It's picked up
You're good. Yes, ma'am.
by number 34, Thompson. Kind of squirts over to the left side. A third party call, so the Warriors successfully defend the first corner. Hawthorne picks it up. Big ball out wide. Moulton gives chase.
Yeah.
Battis is going to beat her to it.
Come on, Pace.
King trying to keep a play on the ball. That should have been I won't officiate. It's not my job. It's hard not to want to sometimes, though.
Hey, good work.
You know, if you're listening to this, you know what I mean. You do it too. Hawthorne flicks it through the middle of the field. Moulton trying to catch it before it goes over the end line. Does catch up with it, trying to work the end line. It's off Lawrence, so it'll stay with Nokomis. 25 seconds. Warriors, now this is the time they do want to hustle to see if they could quickly maybe get a corner. Hawthorne moving through the middle, just outside of the circle, trying to wheel around, punches it through. Just a crowd of blue jerseys. 12 seconds. Watson picks it up. Watson gets the foul. 7 seconds. It's over to Hawthorne. Hawthorne punches it through the middle. And that's where we got 3 Warriors just pushed ahead of about 5 Lawrence defenders. You got to stagger that. They can't all 3 be behind the defense. It's good to have at least someone behind the defense, but you got to have somebody in the middle to get a tip on it. So with that horn, it concludes our first half of action. Still the lone goal by Hawthorne in the first quarter at 6:46. It's the only score of the game. We'll take a break for halftime and come back. Here we go, getting ready for second half action. Teams switch ends of the field. It's always great. For me, I really appreciate the field hockey coaches we've had for the last few years. Let me kind of jump into the huddle every once in a while and relive my field hockey coaching days. I think Nokomis sensing that they've had a little bit of an, advantage in scoring opportunities, but not capitalizing on it. Coach Saucier giving some good guidance. Hawthorne, just such a solid player in the middle of the field. Like, there's not any part of the game she can't do and can't do well. She can defend, she can score, she can play a finesse game, she can play a power game. Great leader on the team. Nice ball through the middle of the field. Nice deflection by the Lawrence defender. Kind of the power off Hawthorne's hit and just the ricochet sends it all the way to the other side of the field. Watson pressuring. It's been fun to watch Watson's development. Had a really strong freshman year, and you can just see her games come up another level. But still only a sophomore, so a lot of great seniors, but there's some really talented young players on this team. Ball bounces through the middle of the field. King tips it, deflects off a Bulldog leg, so Warriors will keep possession, just shy of midfield. Hawthorne with a nice ball through the middle. Nice picks it up. Nice, we'll try to draw the defender out wide and then cut back in, and she's fouled, so they'll keep possession. Ranless ball bounces right to the top of the circle where Bulldog defender able to take it away. Donahue with a nice read comes onto the play. Big hit all the way over to the other end of the 25. Toulouse showing some wheels. Sprints by Carter. What a nice play by Toulouse, the freshman. It was a great defensive play by Toulouse. Lawrence, though, not deterred, keeps the pressure on. Toulouse and Siu's in a nice combo on that back right side for the Warriors. King can't hold on to it, but she gives chase for it. Watson's there too. Whistle. Ball headed Nokomis way. Beautiful hit by Hawthorne. King will take the free hit. She chips it out wide. Reese Moulton flips it into the middle of the field, bounces right to King. King's got it in front of the goal, trying to pull it back, can't get it. Watson takes a swipe at it, reverse chip, can't get it to go. Watson scrumming with it, and she's fouled. Warriors pick up their 4th corner of the game, first of the second half. Lawrence came out of half strong, brought the ball right down into the Nokomis end, but the Warriors able to survive that quick flurry and get right back on the offensive attack. Sehusen will put the ball into play. She's got Watson, Hawthorne, King, and Nice. Moulton on the circle. Ball comes out to Hawthorne. Hawthorne with the clean stop. Pushes it over to King. King can't connect. Nice read by the defender, but King stays with the play, able to chip it away. King by another defender. Nice job by King to stay with the play. She forces the foul, so Warriors keep possession. I think almost, and I don't know if it's the 3 o'clock game start, there does seem to be like a little bit of delayed reaction in players off the ball. I don't know if it's Friday and everybody's got a little bit of fatigue from the school week, but I think if Nokomis can just find a little bit of energy off the ball, there's still a little too much standing and watching for my liking. Hawthorne trying to just one tip it through the middle, gets under it a little bit. Ooh, wow. Hawthorne almost got her head taken off with a backswing. Big ball through the middle of the field. No one can catch up with it, so it'll go back over to the Warriors. Toulouse puts it into play. Niles picks it up. Watson giving pressure. Hawthorne trying to send it out wide. Nice idea to widen that field out to the left. A little too hot to handle. Ranlett picks the pocket, try to get it to Nice. Nice trying to play through a couple of defenders. Tries to curl back into the middle of the field. And credit Lawrence defensively. There's almost constantly 2 players on the ball. Watson with some speed up the left side. She spins around a couple of defenders, and she's got 3 shirts in front of her, and Watson will force the corner. Nice play. Mackenzie Watson having a heck of a game today. That's a piece of Watson's game I've seen pick up. She's been a good defender, but seeing the opportunity there to just accelerate and become an attack player on the offense, I think that's an element of her game we'll continue to see develop. Sehusen sets the ball, waits for the defenders, and this year another rule change, corner start on the official's whistle. Out top to Hawthorne. Hawthorne with the stop, squirts away from her. Turner's there, flips it out wide to King. King squares around, flips it on goal. Nice stop by the field player. King says, I'm going to try to drill it, and it's on the short side. Moulton kind of caught in no man's land, couldn't get a piece of it. Nokomis keeping the pressure on Lawrence, but credit the Bulldog defense. They're not maybe having a bend, don't break mentality. And I think Nokomis can't fall asleep on this Bulldog team. They've got a number of skilled players who, in a 1-0 game at any moment, can explode through the defense. We hit the 8-minute mark in the 3rd quarter, still a 1-0 score. Nice pass by Turner, seeing that hole in the middle of the field. King breaks into the circle, moves to her left, trying to cut back. Ooh. Oh, looked like King got screened off the ball, but the official had a way better shot. Nice play by Turner with the stop. Turner trying to connect over to King again. Nice read by the Bulldog defense. It's like number 13, Battis. She's been a busy player, taking a number of balls away for her team. As Watson moves through the middle, think bouncing ball clips off her foot. Battis just outside her own 25 will drill the ball up the middle of the field. Toulouse reads it well, takes it away. Maddie Niles doing a nice job maneuvering around Toulouse, but Watson drops back in, chips it away. Turner tries to one-time it. Just a bouncing ball today, giving both teams fits. Huh. Mattis with the push lift into the middle of the field. Goes back to Toulouse. Toulouse will take it out wide. Yeah, Turner's tried a couple of times to get a one-timer. It's just not working. Her teammates are like, Harry, stop it. Nice pass out to Moulton. Moulton kicks it ahead to King. King's got nice with her, wide open. That was great defense. Try to get her number. I don't know if that's 24, Cole. Cole really just defended a great opportunity for Nokomis, because if she doesn't get a piece of that, Nice is going to be in all on her own. And here comes Nice on the left, moving, shovels it over. A nice stop by the goalkeeper. And on that cleared out ball, it hits a defender's foot, so the Warriors will pick up their 6th corner of the game, 3rd for the half. Warriors have executed fairly well on their corners. The 3rd corner resulted in a goal. Same formation for the Warriors. Over to King. King stops, fires on goal. Oh, nice tip by Moulton. That was a great job by the goalkeeper, number 76, Abby Stewart. It was a nice shot by King. And then Moulton got a piece of it. And again on the rebound. And nice work on both sides of the ball. Kind of fun action to watch as Hawthorne looks up, hits it straight ahead. Moulton and King move towards it, but it just can't connect. I think the dry conditions, the field is pretty bouncy.
Good, Addie.
This is Jarden will come in for Moulton. As Hawthorne picks one up in the middle field, splits the defenders, looks ahead, tries to flip it into space for King. And it's another corner. Warriors at some point have got to be able to capitalize on these good opportunities. For the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've had Lawrence kind of pinned in their half of the field. I know Coach Saucier would love to see Nokomis pick up that 2nd goal and just give a little bit of a cushion. Plenty of field hockey still to be played. Only in the 3rd quarter. Ball goes up top. King with the stop, and it's on her foot. That's where you see that kind of little bit of what I call dead foot. Players just kind of planting and reaching instead of staying light on the toes and really keeping your body moving to make sure you're in good body position to receive a ball. I think we're seeing that on both sides of the ball, just a little bit of standing and planting instead of just those what I call happy feet. I think Nokomis sometimes are shooting themselves in the foot a bit when they try to get a little too clever and just kind of stick with straight, clean ball. Oh, what a rip! What a goal! Oh, and the official says no. It was outside of the corner. I think the 2 officials will consult. That was a heck of a rip, but it was near the edge of the circle line, and for a goal to count, it's got to be inside the circle, and so I think that's what the officials are going to consult on. But a quick rush by Lawrence kind of caught Nokomis off guard. Oh, the officials consult, and the trail official says no, she was in the circle. Be interesting to go back and look to see if our cameras pick it up where that ball was when it struck, but we've got a tie ball game. And I did not get the number of the player who ripped that in, but that was a heck of a shot. Kind of just catching that far post. Ball's back to Hawthorne. Let's see how the Warriors react. Hawthorne trying to send it through the middle of the field. It's picked off by Lawrence. Lawrence with some energy after that goal. Donahue bounces one up to Nice. Nice can't control, but she's fouled, so we'll keep possession. Hawthorne with it. Hawthorne trying to squeeze it over to Watson, a little behind her, but Watson hustles to pick it up. She's got some move up the right lane. Hits right into Piper Carter's foot, so it'll stay with Nokomis. King trying to get the little tip to cut through the middle of the field. Turner gets a piece of it. Jardin trying to track it down.
Hey, Kira, middle! Kira, middle! Get to the middle!
Kind of a lucky break for Carter. I don't think anybody could see that ball kind of ricocheted off her knee. But nice speed by Carter. She's had some nice plays. Third party call. And you can see number 11, Day, kind of looking, what did I do? It wasn't really what Day did. It was what her teammate did. Screened out the other team's player. King tips it. Tips it dangerously. So we're under a minute to go, third quarter. Bulldogs have tied it up with a rocket from the right side, right on the edge of the corner. Just a really kind of high degree of difficulty, a really short scoring angle, and she just sneaks that in. Ooh, ball and dangerous play there. I think 20 seconds probably not going to hurt you, but I think you got to just, Nokomis maybe getting a little bit rushed. You got to look, just got to look up and see where the other players are. Make sure they're not hitting it in harm's way. Bounces by Siusen, 10 seconds to go. Carter gives chase. Wow, what a recovery by Siusen. Woo! Boy, Piper Carter just flying up the field. With the clock, that's the end of the quarter. Bulldogs have tied it up, so we've got 15 minutes of regulation left to decide this contest.
Number 3.
From last year. Good shot. Yeah, there's ring. Oh, I did not. They're taking forever with like getting the slab for the oh really? So it's like they did the footings, and then it was like another almost 2 weeks, and they came back and did the frost walls, and then they like the guy that's doing the other stuff is like super quick. Next day had it backfilled, and then they're like, well, we go 2 weeks out after every step so that we make sure in case that they don't backfill the next day they won't be out of work. So it was like 2 weeks, so then they're gonna do it next week. They're gonna put down the polyene insulation, the slab on Friday, and then the following Monday they'll be like every day built. Yeah, they are. They did. They put like pieces of rebar into our existing foundation, and then like 2 pieces, and then ran that out on both sides. So it is like attached to it in a way, I guess.
Did they drill in
Yeah.
for the rebar, pieces of rebar they drilled in?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go, Blue. Yes.
All right, here we go.
Self-start by the Bulldogs on fourth quarter. Lawrence picked up some great momentum in the third quarter, tying this game up.
Where it happened. Get up, Kira. Right now, Kira.
Oh, the official stops the clock. Someone was at Hawthorne just got drilled with the ball. That stings. That's a player, if you're a Nokomis fan, you do not want to see going down on the turf.
You know I'm ready.
You guys
Time
have
to
a
shine.
You guys have like a hand signal?
Let's tell, is it just one of those like, oh, I get hit and that really stings, or is there an injury? So Hawthorne kind of taking her time to get up. I think the trainer, Mr. Kreider, were kind of waiting to be beckoned onto the field.
Were you able to see?
Kira, you gotta stay. Yeah. So that, yep, you got the break, yep. Who's got the stick? Piper, watch this open space here, though, okay?
Hawthorne comes off the field, and hopefully it's not anything too serious. She's in some pain. So that's a tough player if you're the Warrior fan base to see come off the field, but hopefully it's not anything too serious. So another big swing. Now the goal scorer for Lawrence was number 3, Maddie Niles, and when we had the stoppage of play, I was trying to go back and look through the broadcast, and I'm gonna have to get that at home on my 4K TV to look at. That was that ball inside or outside of the circle. It's super close.
Get up there, Kira. Look at 3.
Turner trying to work it up the right side. Nice defense by Lawrence to take it away and send it back upfield. Runs over the sideline, so Watson will put it back into play.
Right there, Pike.
Watson flips it through the middle. Susan gets a piece of it. King trying to work through a crowd. It's tipped away from her, and it's tipped right into her feet. Donahue gets the initial stop, but just the force of the ball squirts away to Dixon. Dixon heads the other way. Toulouse trying to sneak in and gets called for it. I think probably a little pushing. Nice tackle by Donahue. She's mastered that low stick tackle. Oh, someone's going to get a card. Stop the clock. Looks like maybe a Lawrence player receiving the card, so a little bit of an advantage here in Nokomis. They'll play, Lawrence will play a player down for a few minutes. Fourth quarter play, it's 1-1. Both teams with a 4-1 record looking to keep their record with just that lone loss. Ball comes all the way through to Wyman. Wyman picks it up, sweeps it out. Lawrence pushes it back in. Wyman gets it again. Toulouse comes over to play, works it all the way over to the left, and she's fouled. So nice job by Toulouse. Toulouse with the quick self-start. I think we potentially could get another card. Nope, just probably be a warning for Lawrence to get 5 yards away. Toulouse, some nice work, pushes the ball ahead. King's got it. King's got some room to the right if she can get away from this crowd of defenders. Watson does a nice job putting her stick in to take the ball away. Susan has moved up to the middle of the field to take Hawthorne's spot with Maddie Wyman. The other senior coming into play. Nice ball into space by Susan. Randlett's got time to connect. She does. Saves it in bounds. So like seeing Nokomis working the right side of that field a little more. Nice pickup by Donahue in the field. Kind of snags that bouncing ball out of midair.
Good work, Kira. Good work. Nice, Kira. Oh, God.
Donahue got to control her emotions
ball,
a little bit.
Kira. Way to work.
Kind of play getting a little ragged. I think with team sensing this could be anybody's game with 11 minutes to go.
Let's go, dogs. You got to stay up that way. Up, get 7.
Ball all the way to King. Kicks right off King. King is really talented at using the toe of her stick to catch it, but sometimes it deflects back where you don't want it. So she tipped it, but she tipped it right into her own foot. Big ball out of bounds.
Yep, you're in, yep. Hey, you got ball. Mia, you got 1-4. Hey, who's got 4 in a minute? Piper, go take 4. Okay, let Maddie take ball. You got middle. 1-4 right there, yep. Hey, you got to take goal side away, yep.
Donahue with a nice aerial through the middle of the field. Right out to King, and Nice. King picks it up, tips it over to Nice. Moulton snuck in behind the defense. Nice, loses her footing. I think Eight's getting a yellow card. It's a 5-minute player down.
What'd you do? What'd you do? You gotta at least know. Listen, no, you gotta sit here though, and you gotta at least know what you did for 5 minutes.
I would like to know too.
Well, you gotta ask.
I think the intensity of the play picking up, player frustrations spilling over.
Holy
10 to go, so this might be a contest of who can kind of keep their nerve under pressure. Oh, ball bounces past Donahue. It's a 2-on-1, but Lawrence's number one, Dixon, kind of can't cleanly handle the bouncing ball, and it slows her down a little bit. Tackle from behind. The official's going to upgrade that to a corner for Lawrence, so their second corner of the game comes at an opportune time with 9.5 to go at a tie ball game. Lawrence will start their corner from the left of the cage. Ball on the short side. Ball's passed to the middle. Watson, the fly, gets a piece of it. Tips it out of the circle, but Lawrence is still battling for it. Watson flips it through the middle of the field. King's got nice. King, if she can get some open space, can motor. What a nice job by the defender, number 24. Peyton Cole, she's had a couple of plays where she has saved the day from a clean break-in on the goalkeeper. Donahue picks it up. Donahue pushes it through the middle. King picks it up, dribbles it. Foul. Season will restart. Season gets it over to Nice. Nice has it on the left. Nice trying to pull it back to get a strong shot. And it's a corner for the Warriors. 5th of the half, 8th of the game. And here's where Nokomis got to stay focused, because when I was going back to look at that Lawrence goal, it kind of came out of a breakdown of a corner, and the team didn't really recover. I mean, there was a side in that didn't go well that Lawrence took advantage of, but I think that's, we talked about that standing when you're off the ball as a player, and you got to be in constant motion. So a big weapon in our corner, not on the field, with Hawthorne still being treated by the trainer. Ball's flipped out to Ranlett, over to Watson. Nice picks it up. Nice tries to sweep it through. There's two defenders. Ball's pushed all the way to the sideline. Oh.
I mean, how did we not
Whiff on the hit in.
Come on. Right here! All the way back, Wyman. Gotta go to Ash. Hey, get up! Mia, watch this side! Mia!
Ball's all the way through to Bulldog players. Ranlett comes in and slows the play down. Ball's in front of the goalkeeper. Saved by Drummond. Saved by Drummond. And it's a corner. It's off the defender's foot. So those Lawrence forwards are finding a way to sneak behind the defense. They've had some quality opportunities. Will be the third penalty corner for the Bulldogs. 6:15 to go in regulation. Lawrence still playing a player down. Ball's over to 11. Day tries to center the ball. It's in the middle of the field. Warrior foul, so it'll be repeat. And this is great for Lawrence, knowing they're a field player down and they're keeping Nokomis on the defensive end. Really, Nokomis isn't able to realize that advantage while they're on the heels playing defense. Ball out to 13, Battis. Battis crosses it across the goal, out of bounds.
Matt, you come over. You can go in at 507.
Behind you! Behind you!
Ball bounces through midfield. Nice tip set. Gonna go all the way through. It could be a foot race. Moulton. She's trying to split two defenders, and she's fouled right at the 25. So nice work by the defense to slow that rush down.
Maddie, stay!
Opportunity for the Warriors as the clock starts ticking louder. We near the end of the fourth quarter. 1-1 score. Can someone do it in regulation? Moulton slices it at the goal. Not a clean save by the goalkeeper. Ranlett picks it up. Ranlett by one defender, kind of pulls it back, sweeps it to the middle. And Reese Moulton has been in good position, but again, just kind of heavy on her foot. She's had a lot of balls ricochet off her feet in the offensive corner. And that's something like good to watch game tape as a young player, as a freshman, to look at, why, ask yourself that question, why is that happening? And it's really about keeping the light on those feet and really just continuing to adjust your body position so that when the ball comes to you, it's coming at your stick and not your feet. Under 4 to go, regulation. Donahue flings it through the middle of the field. Moulton gets a piece of it. She'll leave it for Season. Or take that back, Watson. And I like to see Watson just carry a little bit. Oh. And I think it's part, again, it's off Moulton's foot, but it's like your teammate's not doing you any favor when you're running upfield directly in front of them. That's a really impossible ball. Bulldogs break in the circle. Drummond gets a piece of it. Slides out of bounds. Nokomis defensively has got to be a little more aware of those two Bulldog forwards just releasing immediately. Nokomis kind of getting caught undermanned on the defensive side of the ball. Season rips a ball upfield. It's going to stay inbounds. And there's Peyton Cole, who's been steady for Lawrence on the defensive side of the ball. Season shifting in the middle of the field, doing a nice job. Donahue, nice break onto the ball. But again, way too much play in the middle of the field by both teams. Ranlett doing a nice job trying to push it out wide.
Split it! Split it!
2:15 to go. Wyman with a nice takeaway. Wyman's got room up the right, and that's where she should just continue to come up the right sideline. There is a ton of room, and they just keep wanting to send it in the middle of the field. Right there. Season should flip one out to King. King should just pull out wide. She's wide open out in the right. And another ball off a foot. Warriors have just got to make some adjustments about finding where there's space on the field instead of panicking and going like just north and south constantly. Donahue tracks it down. Nice move by Lawrence in. Big swing, big hit. Probably the ground helping the defense out a little bit. It kind of takes a big bounce, the dry ground, and just tough for anybody to connect with, so it sails over the end line. Minute left in regulation. Nokomis in the defensive end of the field. Clock now ticking under a minute. Donahue surveys the field. Finds a nice seam, but again, players are kind of really collapsed into the middle of the field. Those alleys on the right are really open. Lawrence crossing ball through the middle of the field, tipped up. Under 30 seconds, Donnie will push it to the middle of the field. Here can King keep it out wide. See who's in, break it out right. I think they don't even make the pass that tight around that defender with 15 to go. It's going to take something really quick, maybe to get a corner to see if we could sneak one with regulation. Susan looks upfield, hits it towards the circle. Watson picks it out of the air with 5 to go. See if we can get in and get a corner. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen, and we're headed to overtime. The 1-1 tie. Hit from outside the circle into the goal. And that's your test when you're at a game. Who knows field hockey and who does it? Because you can tell the people who don't, they cheer. So in field hockey, the ball has to be in the circle, hit in the circle to be counted as a goal. And of course, Lawrence's goal initially was not called a goal by the near official, thinking it wasn't inside the circle, and they huddled up and then decided it was in the circle. We were trying to look at it, and here's one of those balls that break through. Toulouse gives chase. Toulouse tips it ahead. Nice little nifty move, a little bit behind King, and Lawrence able to catch up with it. And that's where you almost, you want to just keep pushing the ball forward. Toulouse had the edge, and you got to know, like those other defenders, if you don't see anybody ahead of you, they're coming up behind you. So you got to be careful about those drop passes in this situation because you don't have a lot of teammates on the field and can really set up a breakaway. Nice change field by Donahue. She's being pressured the whole way. Ball's taken away from her. Donahue hustling back to pressure the play. Watson dropping back into the play. Seusen comes up. Seusen gets a piece of it. Again, really important to keep it on the strong side of your stick and just dribble, like even if you're not like dribbling away from the play, like keep it on your strong side, keep control, and carry into space, and then try to pull it back. When you immediately take it away and try to pull back, you're usually pulling it back and just giving it back right to the defender that you just took away with because they're still standing right there. Donahue checking the field out, and she can self-start here. You know, and I think sometimes Nokomis doesn't take advantage of that. The defense is really sagged off. It's a nice aerial to Mackenzie Watson. Watson's got King. Tries to push it through one defender. Cole, who's had a nice defensive game, got a piece of that to slow it down. Again, that reverse stick gives coaches fits. When you see players reaching with that reverse stick, that should be a last-ditch effort. You got to keep working those feet to get it on your strong side, just like Seusen did there. And again, Seusen out all the space in the world. Just dump it a lot wider. Nokomis trying to be kind of cut those corners too close against the other team. And they're not winning those balls. Seusen doing a great job trying to tell King, go, take it and go. King tips it through. King's got Toulouse with it. King on around. King sweeps it at goal. And it's wide. A golden opportunity for the Warriors. Nice work by Seusen in the backfield to set King up. So a great opportunity. 3 minutes to go. Lawrence drills it upfield. Niles, the goal scorer for the Bulldog, picks it up. Watson strips it away. Pushes it ahead. King trying to work through the middle by one defender. She's fouled. And that's where just take it and go. It's like King could have just taken and dribbled in that. I think that's where your fatigue comes into play. Like King had it. She's one of your standout players. You want the ball on her stick. So the Warriors pressuring. Can they capitalize? That's a nice move by Donahue to self-start, draw a defender, just do it again quickly right here. It's our ball, hustle, get the ball, and to go quick. You can see teams are getting tired, and that's where you need to find that extra gear and know when you can seize a little bit of an opportunity. Donahue crossing, nice crossing ball into the circle. Toulouse picks it up, gets a shot on. Nice stop by the goalkeeper. Ranlett trying to take the ball back. She's able to steal it. Poked away from her. It's a little back and forth. Woo! Big swing. Oh! Like, that's the wrong call. I'm just going to say that. That's a mistake. That's okay. Goes that way sometimes. Toulouse showing great control, breaking into the circle, wheels around. I think that's where you want to try to get a circle, get a corner in the circle. Great job by Ella Toulouse, the freshman, and a big moment creates a big opportunity for the Warriors. First penalty corner of overtime goes to Nokomis with 1:20, clock ticking. Of course, this is where Nokomis is really missing Addie Hawthorne on their penalty corners. Hawthorne scored the first goal of the game for Nokomis off a penalty corner. Sehusen pushes it out, goes right to King. King with a stop shot, drills it wide of the goal. Nice offer by King. Under a minute. Ball's chipped through the middle. Toulouse picks it up. She's by one defender. She's got King with her. Outside the circle, 35 seconds, and that's where it go. Just go, Toulouse. Dribble in. Actually, got to go 5 yards outside of there. A little wide, 30 seconds. Watson's got it. Watson punches it by. Ranlett trying to save it before it goes over the end line. Boy, and there is Peyton Cole. She's been a monster on the defensive side for Lawrence. 15 seconds to go. If there's no score, we'll do it again. 10 seconds. Don't think we're going to get any score here in this overtime. Oh, there's number 1. Dixon slides by. Woo, and the Warriors are saved by the horn. I think Nokomis just thought overtime was over, but give Maya Dixon for Lawrence credit. She kept that play going and nearly stole one at the end of the first overtime. We'll break, return for a second overtime period.
Ryan was thinking it was personal when you said you can tell when someone doesn't know field hockey when they cheer at that goal.
Second overtime period, and on paper this game looked to be a tight matchup. Both teams coming in with a 4-1 record, 7-8 position and heel point standings, and it's lived up to that billing. Nokomis had a couple of great opportunities during the overtime, and then Lawrence nearly stole it right at the end. with just a great hustle effort by Maya Dixon. I think everybody thinking, oh, the clock's going to run out. And she said, the bell hasn't sounded yet, and I'm rolling. Warriors have played the bulk of the second half in this overtime without their senior standout, Addie Hawthorne. Took a ball right to the kneecap. So she's kind of sidelined for the moment, still assessing that injury. But Susan's done a nice job sliding up from her sweep spot into that center back role and has had a really, really nice job filling the slot. I think, for both teams, if you're Lawrence, obviously you feel like we've gotten some good momentum and, want to win this game. And for Nokomis, same. But I think whoever this comes out, the Warriors have got to look back at this game and see some of the missed opportunities they've had as they send the ball right up the field. And there's Cole, steady as ever, sending the ball out of the defensive end. Dixon, the speedy player, and she's got nice on her. Nice, some fresh legs, able to rest through that first overtime period. She fouls, so Lawrence will retain possession. And that's what I like what Dixon did right there that I'd like to see Nokomis do a little more of. Dixon was fouled, and so instead of just stopping and looking and waiting for somebody else, knowing it's reduced numbers on field, she just took off with the ball, which you can do in field hockey. It's a self-start. I think that's when you give yourself some room. Ooh, wow, Drummond played that. That ball was shot along the end line. It kind of ricocheted off her kickers. Nice, has got King in some room. She kicks it ahead. King picks it up just at midfield. She's got some room. Trio of defenders circling around her, and she's fouled. And that's right, take it and go. There you go. She's got Ranlett with her. King, if nobody's opposed, you keep going. She tips it through using that long reach to keep going. And Reagan King doing a great job bringing the ball from midfield right into the circle, and the Warriors pick up a corner. Tell both teams winded here. Boy, in these overtimes, when you have to defend a corner, that's a backbreaker because you got 3 field players in your goalie, so 1 less defender, and the other 2 players have got to go to the 50 and sprint down. And after you've already played a full game in 1 overtime period, it's exhausting. Watson picks it up, gives it back, fires it right back at Susan. Susan's first chip doesn't connect, and ball hits a foot. So again, this right here, those 2 field players are like, oh man, I got to jog back to the 50 and sprint back again. 3 field players. So that takes a toll on you. Watson tips it over to King. King's got Ranlett with her, slides it over to Ranlett. Ranlett's got some space, slides out of the circle. She brings it back in. Crossing ball again. You can see Ranlett's reaching for that ball off her back foot. Nice comes over. Nice tries to pick it up. Trying to tip it back to King. King has it. And nice work. Nice work by Watson to just stuff it up. But there's Dixon. Or excuse me, that's not Dixon. That's number 3, Niles, the goal scorer, who showed she's got some wheels. Just takes it and goes with it. And just like that, over the midfield. But nice work by Donahue, who's just always ever present in the defense. Donahue pushes it, nice pass to Ranlett. Again, Ranlett has got room to the right. Like all the players are in the middle of the field, and Nokomis just keeps trying to tip the ball back to the middle. I think if just one person would figure that out, that there's space out wide to outrun these defenders, but they're taking the ball right at Lawrence. You can see my old coaching frustration days coming through. Boy, Reagan King can just cover ground. She just glides, coming back from that forward spot to help out. Lawrence pushes the ball into the offensive end. It's right at the corner flag. Donahue picks it up. Donahue keeps the ball working and moving, trying to give herself a little space to operate. Shovels it by 1 defender. Low stick tackle. Just a nice job by Donahue bottling up the offense. Dixon takes it right along the end line. Drummond with a nice clear out wide. Ball bounces through everyone. It's going to be a corner for Lawrence. That's where you can see the fatigue setting in. Some fresh legs going to come in with the start of play. 3:20 to go. Lawrence setting up their corner. The Warriors getting their face masks on. I think just those masks that seem feather light now with the fatigue. Seem like lead masks, I'm sure. Whistle sounds. Ball's sent out to the top. Ball's out in front of the goal. Kind of a free zone. Ball gets behind Drummond. Drummond kind of wheels around, finds it, clears it. The ball's still in the corner. Hits Drummond again. It's a foul on Lawrence, so nice defensive stop. Elijah Drummond, the senior goalkeeper, coming up big. Nokomis a bit lucky. I think if the Warriors can just work it a little wide, they keep, you know, that's where fatigue is setting in. They're just dribbling and carrying right at Lawrence. You got to work to find the space. Donnie doing a nice job working the sideline, just kind of loses the grip on it. Oh, Donahue gets clipped with the ball. I don't think that hit her in the face. I think it just grazed her arm. But probably getting down on the cool grass after a long game, it's like, ooh, it's nice. 2 minutes. Nice ball by Donahue. Rips it cross field. Nice, picks it up. And there's a smart move by Nice. Just punch it by the defender. And with her speed, she catches up with it. And it overruns the play. Boy, I can't say enough about the defense of number 24, Peyton Cole. She has stifled more drives by the Warriors. Season with a nice takeaway. Season tips it over to Toulouse. Toulouse has got Watson and King with her. Toulouse, nice job taking some space to the right. Punches it by one player, and that's a corner. Boy, what a job by Ella Toulouse. And it's like, thank you for proving my point. She kind of moved it out to the right where there was space and then cut into the circle and gives Nokomis their fourth penalty corner of overtime with just 1:10 to go. It's kind of protocol. If there's no score at the end of overtime, the game will end a tie. So Nokomis with a golden opportunity with 60 seconds to play here in the second overtime. Warriors would like nothing better, number one, to beat a really solid point-worthy team, but also to get that homecoming win. Watson looks upfield, holds, gets it to King. King down to Nice, or excuse me, Season. Season kind of fall-away shot doesn't work, trying to spin away from the defender, trying to drop it back to Watson. Lawrence punches it out with 38 seconds to go. Warriors still with the ball, but they've got to hustle. Donahue punches it into the circle. No one there. So Lawrence, and this is where Nokomis has got to recognize, Donahue's got to recognize two players now way behind her. They're going to try this off pass and one time it way upfield, 10 seconds to go. And there's where Toulouse maybe has a chance. Go quick, 8 seconds. She boots it. And that's going to be the end of this contest. A really exciting matchup here, and both teams exhausted after the extended play, but a tight battle ends in a 1-1 score. Thank you for tuning in to Warrior Broadcasting, and if you're watching it kind of this night on Friday when it's played, remember we've got a lot of action tomorrow on our campus for homecoming. We've got volleyball and girls soccer in the morning and football at 1 o'clock. Hope to see you there, and as always, go Warriors!